Yes. What's going on, man? Namaste. So today, I was thinking about, this morning I did a live and I was talking about crypto. About Bitcoin and Ethereum. We can go ahead and decide or agree now, these are actual asset classes. Whether you dig Bitcoin, don't dig Bitcoin, it ain't going anywhere. It was just $1 trillion. When $1 trillion assets go on sale for like 50%, like other people step in and start buying. And this is the life cycle. And in my book, The Money Flow, I talk about how stocks move in 4 stages. Meaning they don't just go up and they don't just go down. And like Dogecoin doesn't just go away, or AMC or GameStop, these things, they're quote calling them meme stocks, which is kind of insulting. If I worked at the company, it's just a whole lot of people have agreed to this is valuable. Could be Cabbage Patch Kids, could be land, could be condos in Miami, could be art. There are paintings that go for millions of dollars, no matter how much me and you might think that is silly. If you're really rich, they buy wine. Why? Because it's limited supply. What makes something valuable is how easy is it to get it. So for years and years and years throughout history, people have used gold, right? And so gold, we all know why gold's valuable. Gold is in limited supply, meaning you have to go and find it. You have to fucking dig it out of the ground. It takes incredible energy to get gold out of the ground. Machinery, digging, pilling it up, cleaning it, shipping it, boxing it, sending it to a bank who then takes multiple people and multiple salesmen. Then we got to store it. So the energy involved in finding gold, harvesting gold, selling gold, and holding gold, and then exchanging gold among us requires an incredible amount of energy. No one's ever questioned that. But when it comes to Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is new, innovative, and disruptive to an entire group of people, not only to governments, not only to borders, not only to tax people, in the sense that now I can invest in value in China without going through the Chinese exchange, without going through customs, without going through anything, right? Meaning what? Because we both own Bitcoin. Me and a person from Indonesia or a guy in the field in Africa with a cell phone, we can share the same common value. This opens up the entire fucking planet to what people perceive as value. So if you live on the Serengeti, you're probably not investing in fucking wine. Where are you going to store it? Where are you going to put your beautiful piece of art? So that world is limited to a certain number of people who can buy the art, hold the art, frame the art, or who make enough money to buy a $5 million painting. Well, guess what? Through social media and crowdfunding, you now can invest in a little tiny piece of art if you wanted to. There's disruption coming to the world through technology. It wasn't that long ago, if you'd have said, hey man, you're gonna let your children get in a car with a stranger and they're gonna take you somewhere, you'd say no way. And yet we use Uber 40 million rides a month or some shit. Yeah, I think it's like 40 million rides, not counting Lyft and other ride services. What does that mean? It means there's gonna be technology. I first was like, I wouldn't use Uber or Airbnb until you use the service and you see how easy it is, what a disruption that it is to the hotel business, right? To local taxes. Like, it disrupts everything. And because of that, there's pushback. And because of that, there's volatility. And because of the volatility, there's opportunity. And because there's opportunity, you have an opportunity to make money. And so you have to begin to see the world through the eyes of the money flow, that money is all around you. Money is just a social agreement. Whether we're invested in Uber, which I've been buying, in disclosure, I've been buying stock shares in Uber. What am I trying to do? I'm trying to get like $20,000 of Uber. Here a while back, I was heavily invested in utility companies. Why? Because utility companies were on sale. And recently we've been buying EV, electrical cars, right? Why? Because Workhorse and Ride and VLDR and IDEX and Solo and Palantir and the battery, everything around this electric car trade had fallen well below its 200-day average. It was part of the growth sell-off. So there were multiple reasons that took it down. But guess what? We have an administration fundamentally, it's looking better than it was last year or with the last administration. Like them or love them, these guys are going to lean toward this industry. It's below value. It's now a value, right? Because it was an asset that was worth a lot more that now is on sale. And so I want to try to get on the other side of those transactions. And so I'm watching the world. I'm watching what I call the money flow. I'm looking around. I'm driving. I'm looking at dividend stocks. I'm looking at growth stocks. I'm looking at shit like gold and Bitcoin and silver and Ethereum and oil and corn and coffee. And I'm looking at all these things, and as prices move up and down and people put value on them, and Rolex watches and properties, right? Houses and trailers and single family homes and apartment buildings and multifamilies. I've been going to New Orleans and looking at multifamily properties. And these are scarce items. What makes these items valuable is their scarcity. You know, what makes a 5-unit? Well, one is the cash flow, the rent, meaning people are going to value this. People need a place to live. So you have a product, and now you have a service that actually becomes a business that generates a passive cash flow. That's a limited supply product. Meaning the houses that I own 15 houses. It takes incredible energy for me to maintain those houses. I got to keep them painted, right? I got to make sure the yards stay mowed, right? I got to make sure, and you say, well, the tenants will do it. Maybe, but what if they don't? Like, it requires an incredible amount of attention and money and energy to hold real estate. Guess what? It requires a bunch of attention and money and energy to hold Bitcoin. So this house is here in America. What if a guy in China could now invest in a house in America through the blockchain? He skips going through the government, skips going through the local national rate, doesn't need to go through the title company. The title company gets disrupted due to the blockchain, or the title company turns to the blockchain. What happens when these old businesses and these old institutions, right, when they begin to upgrade, when they begin to embrace the technology? Back when we used to say, I wouldn't put my kid in a car with a stranger, now we have an app that does it for us. And, you know, I remember when my dad said, hey, why do I need email? I don't need email. I remember people who own businesses didn't understand why they didn't need email. See, I was alive before the internet. Some of you have only ever had the internet. Your whole fucking life, the internet's been here. I was here before the internet. Like, there was no internet. Like, you couldn't just look up how do you do something. Like, now the information is freely available, like anyone. Do you understand that Bitcoin is not a stock? It's not in an exchange like on the Wall Street. Oh, here's shares of Apple. No, this is one global fucking exchange. Everyone buying for the same 19 million tokens, world fucking wide, global. The guy in Africa is buying the same shit as me. There is no exchange. There is no government. There is no overseer. It is the value of the people holding a limited, something of scarcity, something of value that we've all agreed is a social contract, which is what we did with gold. Gold is just fucking metal that you dig out of the ground. But now you have to hide it. You have to protect it. You have to store it. We have to catalog it, archive it, put it on, quote, the chain, right? And now this valuable thing can be traded and exchanged, and there's people who oversee that, brokers, right? And we've all agreed to make this thing invaluable. Why? Because of scarcity. Because I can't just go out and there's no gold over here. You see any gold? There's no gold. Go find some gold. You gotta go fucking buy it. It's rare, man. Go make yourself some Bitcoin. Guy says, well, they can just make more. Good, go do it. Well, I don't know how. No shit, because you can't, man. Goddamn. Open your mind, bro. It's a code, man. Free speech. It's written code, man, that created scarcity that we could all agree. And this item here is scarce. And get this, you can carry it anywhere. Because it isn't nowhere. Because it's everywhere. It's on every computer that's in the chain. And it doesn't even need a computer, and it doesn't even need energy. It could just be taken to a drive off the chain if you wanted to, put into your pocket and walked away. Or you could put it into a digital wallet and pick it up when you get there. Let that sink in for a second. It's scarcity that no other person nor government can take from you, that we as a world agreed upon. It's hard to do that with Apple stock. Because see, the Apple stock game's just played pretty much with just us here in America. Maybe there's some institutional players from around the world, but they have their own stock markets to play on. In China, they play in the Chinese stock market, and some of them play over here just like some of us play over there, right? But they have their own thing going. This Bitcoin's everyone's thing. And it just started. It's only 10 years old. It's one of the few asset classes you literally have to be evangelized in. Like someone needs to put it into your ear, and all of a sudden you listen, and then you start to go down the rabbit hole, and all of a sudden you go down the rabbit hole, and you join the cult, man. You're in the religion. But you got to get yourself there. And you can't be the guy that goes, well, I don't, like if you can't get past looking or get past, well, it doesn't make sense to me, and go one more level deeper, right? That's how you miss Uber. Remember when Uber was $18 during COVID and you should have been borrowing every fucking dollar you had? You could have bought a massive position. You could have bought $30,000 of Uber and made it, what, $500,000? The money flow is everywhere. The opportunity is available all of the time. You just have to be open to the fucking money flow. You have to be looking. See, you know which sports team's the best sports team? When you follow sports. You know how to know who's the best basketball player? Follow basketball. Hello. Right? In other words, how do you get into Bitcoin? Start following Bitcoin. Bitcoin moves in 4 stages. Stage 1 is a sideways movement. It goes sideways. Now here's the thing. Inside of these 4 stages of price movement, we got stage 1 and stage 3. They're literally the same thing. I don't have my board here, but it's price going sideways. Stage 3 is going sideways up here. Stage 1, it's down here. And you say, what does up here mean and what does down here mean? Meaning in relation to the last move. Because we believe that it breaks out and moves up, stops, starts to go sideways, and then if it breaks down, guess what? That was a 3, now we go down, right? Start to go sideways. We can now officially call this a 1. You see what I'm saying? Oh, but inside of that, it gets a little grayer because a 1 could become a 3 and a 3 could become a 1. Because no one knows the next card. Meaning you can create rules for the game of blackjack that might give you an edge. Like if you know some things, if you could track some things, you might could garnish yourself an edge based on your betting strategy, right? And if the dealer has what is typically called a bus card, and they're holding that card, and you get what is a double down hand, like you get a 10 or right, or an 11, right? Where a 10 or 11, you win the game. So when you get that hand, you double it. That's the rules, right? Does it work every time? No, because we're dealing with uncertainty. In the world, we deal with uncertainty. And so we don't know when, right? But we know things cycle. Things go up, things go down. So all you got to do in this world to get rich is watch the flows up and down. Get your money right, get your buckets right, have money to play the game. And when you see things like Uber and they're massively on sale, you buy some. And when it goes and it gets overpriced, you sell some. And as you go through your life building these assets, buying these things, like so I've been talking a lot about Bitcoin. Why? Because it went half price. I'm gonna keep talking about it till it's not half price. And then I'm gonna fucking stop talking about it. And I'm gonna be talking about something else. I was talking about EV cars, now some of them are breaking out. So I'm gonna stop talking about that. Remember when I was talking about utilities? Well, that's over, I made my money, right? Remember when we were talking about oil? But that's over now. Bitcoin is what's happening right fucking now. Is this the bottom? I don't know. I don't know the next card, but I know this is a stage 1 from my book, The Money Flow, if you go look. Remember I said a 1 could become a 3. But often a 1 is just simply a 1, and then it goes back up because over time, assets of value go higher due to inflation, due to more people, due to more money, due to fucking scarcity. At the end of the day, what makes Bitcoin valuable, what makes stock shares valuable, what makes a house valuable, what makes everything in the fucking world valuable is their scarcity. Don't believe me? Go get an apartment building. Go get one right now. You might say, well, I don't know how. Well, first off, you don't even have the money. It's one of the reasons it's fucking scarce is very few people can afford one. But they print unlimited funds of money. Apartments just pour money, man. Very valuable thing. Very hard for you to get. You're gonna have a hard time as a 22-year-old buying an apartment building. Theoretically impossible? No. If you can write a check, you buy the building. Got $3 million bucks? Pay fucking cash. Put 50% down. They'll do the deal. In other words, if you go get some money, you can play anybody's game. You can get in the oil business. You can start flipping houses. You can buy goddamn apartment buildings, trailer parks. You just need money, man. You just need more money than you need. That is the secret to getting rich. More money than you need. Realizing there are some things on this earth that are valuable. Because they're valuable, they go up over time. Things inflate, right? So if we can get shit that goes up over time that pays us money, passive income, right? Or it appreciates so much it offsets it. I don't need passive income because of the amount of the appreciation, right? Then what? Then I create this money machine. But in order to play that game, I got to go get money that I don't need so that I can put it into the money. But if you have money right now, you got to get on the Bitcoin right now. You got to be watching it. And it doesn't matter, is it, you're not doing everything in it. This is a position. Just like you're not doing everything in Apple. You're not putting all your money in Roku. Now you could. If you feel that goddamn convicted, do it. But that's called conviction. You don't get to break weak later, man. So if you're gonna play that game all in, then play that game all in, but be all in. Have read, studied, thought on it, think on it, pray on it. What you hold in formless substance. So hold that shit from my course, the17steps.com. So if you're holding that with Bitcoin and you're all in, then be all fucking in, man. Don't be looking for reasons to get out, be looking for reasons to buy, man. Commit. Commitment's not a 1 week, 2 week, 1 year, 5 year, it's for fucking life, bro. I do real estate for life, not 1 year. I don't give a fuck about COVID. I'm doing this for the rest of my life. How long do I have left to live? So I can't let one thing, one event, one bad thing, one move in the economy shake my conviction. That ain't called conviction, that's called bullshit. And a lot of people suffer from bullshit. And so they have an opinion about Bitcoin that's based on bullshit. They haven't studied it. They don't understand the code. They haven't read the white paper. They don't know who Satoshi is. They don't know what any of this is. They haven't put an honest day's thought. I was one of those people. I used to say I would never put a kid in a car with a fucking stranger. And then Uber, I tried it once and I got it. Bitcoin's the same way. Same way as the stock market. Same thing as real estate. You just got to do it. You got to do it, man. Don't make the shit complicated. Go open a simple account. You can do this shit on Cash App, man. Damn, you can do it on Cash App. Don't do it in PayPal. Don't do it in Robinhood. Don't do it in platforms where you don't own the Bitcoin. You want custody of the Bitcoin. We want to do this like adults, man. We're buying scarcity. We're not leasing this shit. We're not leasing cars. Don't lease your fucking crypto, man. Go own it, right? I use Coinbase. You click my link, you can get to my link. They'll give me 10 bucks in Bitcoin. It'll give you 10 bucks if you put 100 in, which, goddamn, I don't know why you wouldn't put more than 100 in. Damn, I'm trying to get to 100 G's. So the next 10X up, I get a milli. And guess what I'm gonna do with the milli? I'm gonna buy a little something and then I'm gonna put the rest into what? I might stake it, or you know what? I'm probably gonna borrow against it and go get an apartment building, man. I'm gonna pile money into every stage one sell-off in Bitcoin. And then when that thing 5X's, 6X's, I'm gonna borrow the money out, man. But I'm gonna borrow it out after it runs up. So that number's a lot bigger. I wanna borrow out more than I put in and I still got plenty of equity. You get what I'm saying, man? Do you see what I'm saying there? That's a game you could play. You could be hitting it every day, $10 a 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 day. You know, I've been doing 100 a day, bro. But I'm trying to get rich. Now, we're not doing this game only with this asset, right? I'm also doing it with single family real estate, right? Trying to collect rent. I'm also doing it what? In dividend stocks. Always watching, looking, right? But this requires me what? To make money, man. This is where I got the 8th day from. I needed to make more money so I could play this game. That's it, man. I appreciate you guys. Follow along, click my buttons. You know what to do.